Oh man, I'm laughing hard right now because um, I put some money on my Stampeders today in the Canadian Football League, and I have to admit, quarterback sucks ass. This Vernon Adams Jr., I could see why he's been on so many teams. This guy sucks ass. Running game is awesome, but Mills is awesome. But this quarterback, I don't know what to say. Afternoon, everybody. Let's get this started. We're going to talk about the Florida Panthers today, as they're still partying hard, having a good time. We'll talk about them, as you saw in the headline, Panthers Dynasty. We're going to talk about tomorrow night's game, Game 7, that the world is not watching. And I'm going to explain why. I think Jeff Teague makes a good point on his podcast, but I will go deeper than Jeff Teague. Why? The ratings have been okay, but what is missing in that series is people are missing the way basketball's supposed to be played. The problem with the NBA is this, and this is why the NBA is at the bottom. They need stars for people to watch. While in the other sport, you're watching, and we're going to talk about them in a minute. You're watching the Florida Panthers right now have a dynasty now, and they have no superstars. They have big names, but not superstars. The other team, who they're whipping their ass, got the two best players in the world, and they're still mid. But I'll get to that. But back to this NBA final. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you today. Happy Saturday to you, family. Um, the big reason why, um, what hurts the NBA is they need stars to carry them, while the other sports don't. I mean, this is why I say again that the casual fans suck ass and can really bring your sport down, and it's finally happening to the NBA. I got news for for the casual NBA fan. The commissioner loves this. Adam Silver loves this. And if you care to watch, even Jeff Teague said it. This is the best NBA Finals I've seen since San Antonio Detroit exactly 20 years ago. And this NBA Final will definitely go in my top six. See, for me to judge an NBA Final, it gotta go 7 games. So for me, Milwaukee, Boston 74, it could be first or it could be third. I will put Seattle, Washington in 78 is the best NBA Finals ever. That's one. Two is Boston, LA, the first one. Three is Boston, Milwaukee, 74. Four is Lakers, Detroit, 88. And five is San Antonio, Detroit in 2005. This one will join that. Now, the reason why I don't waste my time putting LeBron versus Golden State in there is because Draymond Green cost Golden State that series. And unfortunately, sometimes idiots do stupid things on the court. Draymond bumped LeBron right in front of the refs, suspended. That cost Golden State the series. They lost the momentum. Gave another gift wrap title to James. But tomorrow night, a lot of people think O.K.C is beginning to doubt themselves. I'll say not so fast. I think this game will be like, what game was tight? Games 3 and 4. This game tomorrow will be like games 3 and 4 in Indiana, where the games were back and forth. Indiana held on in game three. Uh, O.K.C came back in game four. In game five, you knew O.K.C was going to win the game. And then game six, Indiana flexed their muscle. So, so I'll get back to you. Let's talk about the Stanley Cup champions, the two-time Stanley Cup champions who have made Fort Lauderdale their playground. Now, before I get to the Panthers, let me start criticizing the national media. When you listen to NHL Network, you think someone in the family died. They are so disappointed about Edmonton. It's crazy how you're looking at a dynastic team right here. And they're going to win three in a row. I mean, if I had to pick a team in the West, there's two teams in the West I think will challenge Florida if they get there, and that's Winnipeg and the Kings. The Kings, because they play that physical style, and Winnipeg, because they're that deep and they can take a lick and keep on ticking. Other than that, I don't see none of these teams in the West um, beating Florida. And the excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses for the Edmonton Oilers says a lot about what the NHL have shortchanged themselves, not respecting a new dynasty, which I think Florida is outstanding. I have no problems with the Florida Panthers, the way they conduct business. And they do a great job conducting business, I might add. Um, Zito, Vinny Viola, Rick Dudley with the scouting and the drafting. And now the Florida Panthers has turned to a team which America doesn't like. And I'm going to tell you that type of team. This is the type of team that don't believe in stars. It's now they're the new San Antonio Spurs, where and the Patriots, you don't choose us, we choose you. And Florida's going to be, you hear Paul Maurice. This is still guys in their prime, folks. This team ain't going away. They're not. Get used to it. Get used to the orange and the white. And I went into a store today. All their jerseys are sold out. All their jerseys are sold out. So the Panthers continue to moan down. I know everybody's talking about Martian, about Ekblad. Bill Zito, when did they win the cup? On Tuesday? He got 2 weeks to prepare for that. Draft is, the July 1st is the free agent period. Um, Word is teams will be making moves in both the NBA and the NHL this week coming up right now. And the reason is, in the NBA, is only one free agent, and that's our boy Turner of Indiana, Big Seven. And I can tell you right now, Turner wins tomorrow night. He's not going anywhere. Miles Turner ain't going anywhere. You look at the West right now, folks, and of the NBA, Oklahoma City wins tomorrow. Get ready for the dynasty in the West, and that's going to turn a lot of people off. Not me, but it will turn a lot of people off. The Panthers, can they do it? Can they do a three-peat? If they do, it'll be the first team since the '82 Islanders, the three-peat. Wouldn't that be something? Florida Panthers, three-peat. Ain't that some shit? To me, this team has no weaknesses. I mean, this team is so damn good. They don't even have star power. And I think that's what America is falling in love with the Panthers, by the way. The Panthers are becoming America's team now in the NHL. It's Canada that's whining and crying and, whoa, didn't know you was on. Well done to your nephew, Coach Mace of the Riders. We pulled it off in Toronto last. Everybody's beating Toronto. And I have a disaster behind me, which is this Vernon Adams Jr. sucks major ass than Petersburg. You better go find a quarterback. You got the running game. Offensive line is shaky. Defense is okay. Give up big plays, but you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that quarterback situation. This Vernon Adams sucks. Stamps wet and windy, losing 6-2 at the half. I got the game right on behind me. Speaking of that, since I got you, bro, I'm gonna talk to you next time you go live on Pull Up. I gotta have a little pep talk with you, Moss. I mean, me and you gotta have a little pep talk. Vernon Adams Jr., Oregon Duck, big signing, and he sucks ass. Back to the Panthers. I know people want to hear my opinion of the Panthers. The Canadian media sobbing, and then Connor McDavid adds what he adds on. Look, they're just not good enough. Then you give Trent Frederick 8 years, 32 million. Really? 8 years for Trent Frederick? This Florida machine, folks, get yourself a front row seat. NHL schedule, by the way, comes out July 16th. For you guys, NHL schedule comes out July 16th. Just to let you know, they're coming out a little late this year, but the NHL is smart because if they share a building with an N.B.A. team or a women's team, they get the privileges. So July 16th, the schedule will be out. Exhibition schedule already out for the NHL. Wanted Frederick back, tough guy. Media enjoying Marchand's IG. Oh, yeah. Let me get to that. Brad Marchand goes around the dinner table the other night and asks players on the Panthers, because most of the other team got rid of, and asked them what team got rid of you. And all the players thanked the teams that got rid of them. For Calgary, and a lot of Calgary fans and media are very upset at Brad Treliving, who's now running the Maple Leafs. He let Bennett and Chuck, and God bless his soul, Johnny Gaudreau. Let me say this about Monahan. I'm so proud of him that he's bounced back. But at the time when they moved him, he was shot. Gave him 10 years. Been through a lot. Now he's healthy again. Won the Masterson Award. Good for him. I love Sean Monahan. One of my all-time favorite films. Panthers, though, Dynasty is here. And to me, the only team in the East who is building a juggernaut, and Moss is not going to like this, and you'll see the thumbnails in October the 7th, is the Montreal Canadiens. And that team is stacked, folks. I think it'll take them 2 years to finally challenge this Florida juggernaut. I think Ottawa can challenge them now. I think Boston, like Boston's going to take a little bit, but when the Bruins are back up and running, they'll challenge Florida for sure. They got payback with Florida. 1-5, yeah. But the Panthers are here, folks. Get used to it. They're not going anywhere. Hey, like the old joke, why wouldn't you want to play in Florida, really? You hockey players weren't saying that 5, 6 years ago. I didn't see a line lining up out of Amarillo Arena in Tampa when they were winning. No, no, they weren't there. I didn't see them. I did not see one fan of one NHL player outside Amarillo Arena in Tampa to want to play with the Lightning. So I don't want to hear these excuses coming from players. And can the Canadian market stop whining about the no tax? The New York Rangers are about to spend some money, baby. And guess what? And this is for you, Toronto. The Rangers want the same players you want. The only difference is they put the Russian defenseman from the Kings as top of their list. And Jimmy, I tell you guys, this guy's why I was joking. The Rangers are his priority, not the Knicks. The Rangers. Okay? So look for the Rangers to go very hard after Gorbachev from the Kings. That's their number one target. Rangers want to get tougher. They want to get more physical. They want to team back and compete with Tampa, not run away from Tampa. Yeah. So it's like I said. What's up, Jims? Yeah, chilling on a Saturday afternoon, brother. Get ready for Game 7 tomorrow. I'll be on at 8 o'clock Eastern time for Game 7 tomorrow. It has been a wonderful series to cover. Both teams have been excellent, outstanding basketballs. The best finals I've seen in 20 years since San Antonio, Detroit. Outstanding basketball with these two teams. The way basketball should be played, diving for loose balls, playing full court press, trapping. Outstanding basketball. Jeff Teague said it best. All you casuals, and this is why, guys like me, thank you, family. Appreciate that, Jims. All gas, no brakes. You damn right. This NBA final has been awesome. And now I put it as the sixth best final I have ever seen in my lifetime. It's number six now. Could get higher if we get a dramatic tomorrow night. We get a thriller tomorrow. It's gonna go up there with uh, Bucks Celtics 74 and Bullets, which to me the Bullets and the Supersonics was the most dramatic NBA finals I've ever seen. I had to fly back to that when we had 40,000.
Oh, I just asked you where I know you don't know where Fleetwood come from. I ain't seen him in a while. That's all. Bye.
But uh, you're gonna have the dramatics tomorrow night. It's gonna go up there in my top three because this series has had everything and the MVP of the league, which people seem to forget about. And my God, you talk about MVP of the league that's getting no love whatsoever. Well, tomorrow night, I think ABC, who has proposed this final, is going to get a treat because I think this final is going to go down to the end. I mean, the very end. I'm talking about seconds left. I really believe that. And either Williams or Shea or Chet or Lou Dort with a wide open three or Halliburton or Siakam or my guy TJ McConnell, who America's now learned exists. I knew him from last year when he totally burnt the Knicks in the second round of the playoffs last year. America's going to get to know both teams finally. I love the fact since game 3 that the NBA have introduced the players, the starting lineup to the fans. Like you know what? You know how they treating it, the NBA like a college game, because they're playing like. And I know Adam Silver is loving every. He said out of his own mouth, he is loving every minute of this NBA finals. Now, let me say a little something. Silver can get away with 7 different champions. You know why? LeBron won in 20, Curry won in 22, and Boston won last year. So he can get away with this. But I swear to God, if it was Miami in 20 and Dallas last year, well, Dallas got Luke. Pacers with the points tomorrow. You might play that. I haven't thought about it. I looked at it this morning, and I can tell you right now what it's going to be. Either Oklahoma City is going to blow them out of the building, or we're going to have a thriller. Like I said, I get the feeling we're going to have a thriller in Game 7. And this series, for me, right now it's number 6 all time. I don't count the one with Draymond Green. I didn't even watch that shit. Uh, Cleveland Golden State with that clown and Curry? No, I didn't watch that bullshit. No. This one is number 6 right now. It's number 6. And if it's a thriller, it's going to be top 3 all time. Now, the Jordan fans, they're all upset, but you won every series you played, and every series you played won 6 games. In other words, the Bulls were so dominant 30 years ago, they never broke a sweat. So, the Jordan fan will chalk that up as dominance. No one could touch MJ. And MJ is coming back, by the way, if you don't know. He'll be on NBC this fall in the studio. And the word is he's going to destroy these players. And look for Jordan to keep Kobe Bryant's memory alive. So all you LeBron fans, get ready because Jordan is coming to kill these young kids, and thank God he is. And you know I don't like Jordan at all, but somebody got to tell someone got to tell the truth to these idiotic NBA losing scumbag fans. Someone got to, and the casuals are the worst. God damn, nothing's worse than casuals. What's up? What's up, Auntie? You want to pull up? MJC. Oh man. Yeah, somebody gotta say it. You might as well have with who many people consider the GOAT to do it. And I think it's gonna be very uncomfortable for a lot of the players that they're gonna let Jordan go in on the players. I think it's gonna be very uncomfortable. Because see, it's like I've been telling you guys. NBC is about big markets. Now, will NBC like to see the Pacers tomorrow? Yeah, because the Pacers was one of their teams back in the 90s. Indiana Knicks started that war between those two franchises. Indiana played Orlando tough. They lost in 7 tough games. They played the Bulls, the toughest of anybody in the Chicago Bull Dynasty. Yeah, I think NBC would love. And T brings up a great point. It's already uncomfortable for them. They have no clue what the hell to say. Oh, what he'll say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah. But word is Jordan's going all in, and they want him to go on because I guess NBC know who made them their billions 30 years ago, and it wasn't LeBron James. Hate to tell you people, hate to break the LeBron sickaholic fans' hearts, but let me tell you something. I'm laughing right now. I'm about to say, imagine if Halliburton hits the game-winning shot tomorrow night to win the title. Oh, MJ will have a field day with that. Let me put it to you this way. This is the way I see the NBA right now. If O.K.C wins tomorrow, they have a chance to be the next dynasty of the NBA. If NBA, I'm just kidding, NBA. If Indiana wins tomorrow, Indiana can go back to back because there's no Tatum and all these big trades. Hey Moss, if you're listening, I got some news for you. If you're listening, Moss, if you're listening, I got some big news. Giannis is not going anywhere. So that because the Milwaukee Bucks feel they can win the Eastern Conference with no Tatum. So if you're waiting for Giannis, you're gonna have to wait a year. Which leads me to the team of the moment. This is gonna shock you. Believe this, what I'm about to say, because I don't make up lies. I tell you facts. The Toronto Raptors, that's right, the Toronto Raptors are the major leader in the clubhouse for KD. KD loved the Raptors growing up. He was a big Vince Carter fan. His people have talked to you, Jerry. The word is the deal will be this: Jacob Hurdle, Emmanuel Quigley, R.J. Barrett, and the ninth pick going to Phoenix for KD. Now the question is, if Toronto gets him, would they sign KD to extension? He'll sign. He would sign. But Toronto right now is the leader in the clubhouse. And this is why you don't listen to the national media. My mother is the biggest sports fan in the history of my family tree. And my mother believes everything First Take says. And I look at my mother and I said, pity you. You're crazy listening to them. Remember a couple of weeks ago when they were supposed to get all these guys coaching them? Now the NBA is dead. The big story of the NBA is not only tomorrow night. Cooper Flag is number two. Here's the big story. With the Lakers being sold, will Luka sign the extension? I think Doncic, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Doncic wants to be wined and dined. Exactly 1 year from now. He'll be the biggest free agent since Shaq. If he decides to, because he knows, and his agent knows, and it doesn't hurt that he's white. 28 teams will be lined up to sign Luka Doncic. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't see it with the Lakers, man. I don't. I just think that team. I think the problem with Los Angeles is they don't know how to put or ever do a youth movement. They did it a decade ago. They had all these young kids. LeBron said, "Get rid of them," and nobody counts that bubble championship. What's up, Auntie?
What's going on, Mace?
How you been, man? It's been a minute.
I'm, I mean, as far as like YouTube and shit's going, I guess I'm all right. I'm really going through some personal
No,
stuff, so I haven't been
oh,
able
that's
to.
what I was talking. Oh, see, with me
Can you hear
and
me?
I hear you crystal clear. With me
Okay.
and I look at us as human beings more than who we are on social media. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've just been going through a lot of you know what I'm saying, just some personal stuff lately, with the
Well, my
family and
prayers are with
personal
you,
stuff
bro.
myself.
Seriously.
So, um, but thanks for being concerned and thanks for being up here, giving us what we need, man. Some content, and some good interaction, because I have not been able to provide that lately.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm just, I've been listening to Jeff Teague lately, and his podcast is outstanding.
You know what? You and I agree on that. I believe out of all of these guys, he has the best one. He keeps it real. I personally cannot stand Carmelo's. I can't stand it.
I don't even waste my time watching it.
The 7 p. I can't stand it. I'll tell you some of the things that he said, or you just check it out. You're gonna be pissed yourself. Um, but this is the one that'll piss you off. He sat up there with Amari Stoudemire
Oh God.
and had the nerve to say, um, I mean, he said so many things, but he said, I don't see why they don't talk about stat with Carl Malone and Tim Duncan and all of the great power forwards. I'm like, they've either made it to the finals or won championships. You guys talk like you've won something. You've never won anything. So that's what it is.
Well,
Um,
I will say this
I
though.
really hope he has to pay for his tickets in Madison Square Garden. I really do.
He,
I hope they don't just give him those tickets, dude.
I will say this about Martin. I've always liked him. I felt until the knee went out, he was a hell of a player. And to give him the love he deserves, he competed very well against Yao Ming and Tim Duncan. I was big in the NBA in those days. I used to go to the playoffs, and I used to see it up close and personal back in the early 2000s. In the 2000s, Stoudemire was a hell of a basketball player.
I played against Amari Stoudemire. Went to Cypress Creek High, right down. I played against Amari Stoudemire, bro. I know how good Amari Stoudemire was, and all of these pros or ex pros will tell you when they tell you about a tough matchup or something. They'll tell you about some guy you never heard of or that you don't remember or something. They used to suit up and give them the business every night. So I mean, I get it, but no, you're not going to be spoke on in the same breath as Carl Malone's and Kevin McHale's and Tim Duncan's.
No,
Even
no,
though
no.
he did
He's
give
not
Tim
in the
Duncan
same
a
class.
hard time. I'm not gonna. Gilbert Arenas gave Kobe Bryant a hard time. So what? You're not in the same class as Kobe Bryant though. Like, am I right?
Yeah. Shout out to my man. I've always been a big fan of his. Shout out to my man Kenyon Martin.
Mm.
On that shit.
And that's what I mean. Oof. I mean, I said this before. I said this actually as I knew what was coming when they started with this face of the league thing. Because you remember, before it was the best player in the world, right? It was just being the MVP was good enough at one point. Then it was the best player in the world. Before that, it was the GOAT. You can't say any of that stuff because now um, you would just have to accept that these guys ain't it. These guys you trying to prop up ain't it. All right. You
I
know what I'm
think
saying?
Edwards is. I don't think he wants it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, remember when LeBron was on top, it was like because even Rachel Nichols was saying, "Well, we have the MVP, but we also have the best player in the world. He's the best player in the world." Now that it's Jokic, you know what I'm saying? Now that it's been like Jokic and Giannis or whatever for the last few years, it's like, okay, well, who's the face of the league? It's like you don't want to actually give the best players their props because they're
Because
not the
guess what?
guys that
That's
you
why.
want. And
Because
then
something, because
for
something I said to you 5 years ago, they're European. They're not going to give the European players or Canadian players their love.
hey, I'd say it like that. That now it's ring cold. I already knew what was up. I knew what was up even when, and I don't like Tyrese Halliburton. You know, I'm not like wired to really like the Pacers, but I do respect how they play. But I was like, if the Pacers win this title, the NBA title is about to mean nothing. Like it's about to mean nothing, and they don't want it to mean anything. And that's why, trust me, that was a strategic play. Him coming out saying that thing on Steve Nash on that podcast with Steve Nash. Oh, well, what's up with all this ring culture? We don't have to win rings to be great. You still want your boys, and that's LeBron trying to toss a bone to the young dudes. They won nothing, and dynasties are out. You know, like they're out. Like you're about to see your seventh champion in like 7 years, right? Something like that.
Yes,
Six
Taylor
champions,
Swift and
7 years.
Alan Silver is loving every minute of it. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
but
He,
but the thing is, I mean, and I don't know if you're gonna see anybody coming up there back to back. That's why I told people, man, get your money off Indiana. I wouldn't recommend it betting game for game, but get your damn money because this OKC team was favored as if they're a dynasty or something. They're not. They haven't
well,
won anything. No disrespect to them. They look good and they look like they're well coached, but do they know how to close out a
he
championship
loves them.
series? Like they're heavily favored, like they've already won 2 or 3 championships.
I
Team don't
will
know
say
how to
this.
win.
I said this a half an hour ago. I'll say it again. I believe that if the Pacers win tomorrow night, they can go back to back. If Oklahoma City wins tomorrow, they have a chance to be a dynasty. A chance.
Mace, that's some extremely wishful thinking. Now I'll tell you like this. Um, Indiana, I don't know how many 15, 20 point comebacks they can make. I don't like running this gauntlet again. Highly, like it's just highly unlikely. But also with just the way contracts are structured and the CBA the way it is now, the way it's about to be restructured, dynasties are done. You can't keep anybody, and you know how OKC is, bro. They're cheap. They're cheap. I don't think that's going to change, dude. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? Well, once these
Number
guys
one this year.
are up for like big boy contract extensions, they're getting moved early, not late. They're going to move guys early.
Well,
They
the
do.
word is they'll sign Holmgren and Williams. They already took care of SGA, so they won't have a problem. And their bench will be replenished because they got 2 ones this year and four next year. So they're going to be fine. Their future is off the charts. Damn shame. It's all about championships. In the NBA and the NFL, it is, James.
No, it's not all about championships, right? And I'm glad for I'm glad they got guys from other sports. Like I heard PK Subban say something the other day, and even the football guys. And it's like, yo, and baseball guys, it's not all like I'm not gonna diminish Charles Barkley's greatness or Patrick Ewing's greatness or Bernard King's greatness or even Carmel. You know, bro, how many times do I come up on your show and rant about Carl Malone and John Stockton?
Yeah, you love those.
Come on, dude. I'm not going to diminish their greatness, but just like Barkley said, bro, we comparing mountains to other mountains. We not comparing mountains to mountain climbers.
Well,
like, like you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I know what you're saying. Before you came up on my chat, I said something, and I'm gonna stick by it. Right now, this NBA Finals in my life is the sixth best finals I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, this is a good one. This is a good one.
If
This is a
this
good one.
game ends in the last seconds, I will put this in my top three. I will move out Bird and Magic, the first one, and put this one in my top three.
Mm.
And the reason why is you're seeing something on the court every night, which is very refreshing. And the person who alarmed me of this, of all the people you never think of, shout out to Joy Taylor. That's right, Joy Taylor. She said it last week on that show she's on. She said, when you look at these two teams play, they're playing full court press, they're trapping, they're stealing the basketball every 2 minutes. It's a steal. They're blocking shots and they're diving for loose balls. And when the last time you saw all of that in one NBA final?
Um, it's been a while, dude. It's been a while. I mean, I guess I could probably say maybe 2011 with the yeah,
Dallas is
2011 with the
Miami.
Dallas Mavericks. I mean, they literally played like they were all like playing their last season ever. For
I,
real.
I
They were playing
saw.
those
I
Mavs were playing
compare
like they knew they would never get back.
a lot of people now marveling about T.J. McConnell, who, by the way,
Wasn't I singing his praises last year?
I was
But you
against the
remember,
Knicks.
as a Knicks fan, I was like, bro, those
Yeah,
McConnell minutes are what's killing us.
yeah. And
It
the
wasn't even
word,
Halliburton killing us. It
the
was
word,
McConnell.
the
Those
word on the
McConnell
street is
minutes.
the word on the street is if Indiana wins this, he will be the Finals MVP.
That's no, highly unlikely.
Oh,
Um
I think he'll get it, and people are saying it now because he has been the spark plug along with Siakam. Siakam has had a monster playoff.
I mean, I would have to say Halliburton is still the barometer. He has good games, they win.
Yeah, you
He
know my
has
problem
good
with
games, they
Halliburton
win.
though? You know my problem with Halliburton is? Want the truth?
I'm sorry.
My problem with Halliburton. I
Go ahead.
got you up
I
there,
don't
man.
like him either. He talks too
No, no,
damn
no,
much.
not it's not him. Indiana's proven they can win without him.
I don't know, Mace. I really don't.
How
I don't.
many 20-point games he had in his final? One, two?
Understandable. Now, okay. Can they win without him scoring a lot of points?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes, they can.
Yes.
They're proven
But
it.
can they win without him having a good game? No. That he's not a scorer. He's not SGA. He's not gonna stuff the
He's
like
a
he's
Halliburton's
facilitator.
to me. Halliburton is more of an
one second, Manzano. Let me finish, and I'll give it right to you. Halliburton is more of like the engine in the, you know what I'm saying, in the car. Like, you know what I'm saying, he does really set the tone and the pace and stuff once they get the ball over the court. It looks like he's frantic out there, but he's just a great distributor and all of that stuff. I don't really like him much, but I when he's scoring, yes, it's good, but it's just he contributes so much to the pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim
I'm
says
gonna
I
use
love
the
to see a
comparison. I'm gonna use comparisons for both.
Man, give me one quick second. I'd love to see a Holly Legacy game tomorrow. Double double, no turnovers. I agree with the double double turnovers. It's all yours, son.
Uh, with I'm gonna use a comparison for both the Pacers and the what is it
Thunder.
called and
Thunder.
the and OKC. OKC is the high end sports car. They're gonna constantly be revving at a high pace. The Pacers are your reliable Toyota that's gonna give you consistent miles, and you're not gonna have to worry about it breaking down. That's
Tony,
what I.
I agree with you, but it's the opposite. Indiana's the race car. That's why they make so many turnovers. When they take out the ball, they're flying and they turn the ball over
Oh,
left
so
and
you
right.
think the Oklahoma City Thunder is the Toyota?
It's the Toyota. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with Mace on that. Indiana is really, when they control the pace, they win. Pretty
God
simple.
damn, I've never seen a team in my life that has made the NBA championship, and all they do is turn over apple, pineapple, blueberry, whatever flavor you want. It's the Pacers. My lord, they turn the
It's
ball.
weird. It feels like every era of the Pacer, like the the Pacers with Reggie was like that too, weren't they?
No,
Nah, they were
no,
steady, man.
no.
They were
The
steady.
Pacers with Reggie was extreme. Was a very traditional team.
Yeah,
This Pacers team has evolved into the positionless basketball thing.
yeah, they're
So
21st century.
um,
These Pacers.
and shout out to Miles Turner. You know, me and Mace been talking about that for a while. I'm like, bro, how the hell do they keep him? No,
It's
I
gonna
know
be
they get
tough.
a call for him every day in the offseason, and every day before the trade deadline, somebody's making an offer for him, and he's never like demanded out, and they won't let him go. So shout out to Miles Turner. He just goes out there and keeps
Yeah.
playing. Shout out to Pascal Siakam. You talking about a D League
Wow.
player
Wow.
that's just doing his thing, former champion, like
Wow.
likely about to be another one. I mean, Neesmith, Nebhard, just great. McConnell, undrafted dude. Like this just Indiana basketball at its finest. So respect.
Yeah, salute
You're a
to
Knicks
them.
fan, correct? I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a Knicks fan.
What is your opinion on them constantly getting denied by these franchises or elite college coaches to get interviewed? Like, do you blame the GM and the owner, or is like no coach wants to deal with that media pressure in New York?
I blame the fans and the media. I blame the fans and the media.
You don't
And
really
I
blame
blame
the franchise.
I blame Madison Square Garden. I blame Madison Square Garden, like literally. So I guess that would be the owner. I blame them for charging fans $1,200 to see a game two in the second round. You know, just to sit in the arena. The real fans can't even get in the damn building.
I would agree with that.
That's
The real
horrible.
fans are
That's
outside.
horrible.
I
I go
agree.
see every time the Knicks are playing. Remember, I came up here and cammed up at the damn game in Miami a couple years ago with
Yep.
my son and
Still
everything.
do.
You know how many
2
Knicks
years
fans
ago.
are out there with me? Because they can have a whole weekend in Miami and see two games
Mm-hmm.
for the price of
Yeah.
one damn ticket in the Garden. And I'm talking about Airbnb, flight expenses, and end game tickets. It's the same damn price
Yeah,
for two game tickets
for
in
sports
Madison Square
tickets,
Garden.
LA and New York are the most expensive, I
But I'm
think,
Los
just
and
saying,
Angeles.
Vegas.
but you
Los
don't
Angeles.
do that to your real fans, and because of that, you got a bunch of stars in the audience. You're giving tickets away to Fat, because I heard this on Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast. They get their tickets given to them.
Yeah,
Okay,
because they're celebrities. Yeah.
given to them. But
Yeah.
actual, like, and I'm not saying that Jadakiss and Fat Joe aren't real fans, but it's a damn shame that your diehard, your real fans can't even get in the damn building, so you can have all of these so-called stars in there that really believe that they're
See,
bigger stars than the players on the court. Not during the game, you're not. That's the problem.
that's how
Okay.
sports in general is. They're pricing out everyday fans. They care more about the
No.
corporate fans,
In New
the ones
York,
that
it's
are
different.
giving
The
like
casuals.
You know? I'm just saying in New York it's different. You go to LA, yeah, those tickets are expensive, but not.
no.
I
In
never seen
general, fans are
I never
like
seen Jack Nicholson overshadow or Denzel Washington overshadow the players in a Laker jersey on the court. I never
Yeah,
seen
the
it.
reason why that is, Ant, because this is now a Nick team with stars. I mean, let's be honest. Brunson, as good as he is, and I like Rick's kid, I do. But
Brunson to
he's
me is a
propping
good
up
player, but he's not a star.
exactly,
The hell, he's not a star. I gotta
and
give
they
him. I
prop
gotta
him
give
up.
him what he deserves with
They
that.
prop him up like that. Because
But
let's be
how
honest,
many
guys.
games has he closed out for us? I mean, he's human, so you know what's up. You get to the conference
Good
finals, and
players,
the same
no,
thing that
that's what I'm
worked in the
saying.
last two rounds
Good or
isn't
great
gonna
players
work.
can close out a game, but I don't think to me, he's not a star or a superstar. He's not. He's paid like one, but I don't think he's a guy who a reliable owner would put as the face of their franchise.
But he
In New
is.
York,
He's
in
the
New
biggest
York, you can
star
do
here,
that.
man.
It's
Let me tell
it's
you
fine.
something.
In New York, he can do that. The issue is our other All NBA guys, which really one guy. And no disrespect to Carl
Obi
Anthony
Toppin.
Towns, because no, well, we don't have Obi Toppin anymore, but we have Carl Anthony Towns now, which is an upgrade from Julius Randle. But
That I agree.
I mean, it's just some. It's not even just the team. It's the like I say, it's the fans, it's the media.
Stephen A. Smith to the
I
head.
knew Tibbs was getting fired. I said this on Underrated Darkness' show. I said this to multiple people. I said in the beginning of the playoffs, if there's no championship, he is fired.
Yeah, he got
And,
fired.
and I didn't care if he got to the finals, conference finals, beat Boston, whatever. He was getting fired, bro,
I will,
without a chip.
I
Th-
will be
This
doing the NBA draft, by the way, but I'm not going to really be paying attention to these kids getting drafted. Of course, I'm going to pay attention when my team picks at 11, but I'm going to be talking like we are right now, talk about what's up with free agency, who's getting traded. And my son, you can continue, then I'll say what I said right before NT come up about the Raptors and KD. Go ahead, man. Go you.
well, what I was gonna ask both of you, since you guys are fans in New York when it comes to sports, uh, when it comes to how teams are portrayed, are the Yankees the heart and soul of that city? The
Hell
Yankees,
no.
no,
Hell
I
no.
mean the Knicks, are they the heart and soul of that city?
You damn right they are.
Mm.
Who's the
Yeah,
heart? Would you say that?
they represent the lunch pail. You know what I'm saying? The lunch box, hard hat. Yo, that's it, bro. Just
No,
grinding every
look,
day.
Who would be the
That,
baseball
that,
team for the lunch pail guys?
the
Would that be
Yankees.
the Mets?
See,
well,
the
yeah,
Yankees.
that would, yeah, that
The
would be the
Yankees.
Yankees. But
Yankees are number three in this town. Number two, if they're good, and I don't know what the hell happened to them in the tournament this year. When St. John's is good, they go to number two.
look, it's all Madison Square Garden, man.
Yeah,
You still
sure.
got to go to the Bronx to see the Yankees play. Man, it's cool. You know, I mean, there was a time when the Yankees were in Midtown Manhattan and they moved to the Bronx. Before my time, Mace might have a little.
I know I'm not that old.
I don't know how old Mace is, bro. You just have your 106th birthday or some shit. No, I'm just playing. Nah, but
Too bad my
other than
grandma
that,
dropped off. I'm
like I
gonna
say,
talk to
my
her.
issue is the media, the fans. I mean, I'm subscribed to a lot of Knicks channels,
I
and they
know
talk
you
like
are.
even right now, it's like, bro, just shut up, just shut up. None of you
Mm-hmm.
know what the
I
hell is
agree.
going on. And like look at even what they're doing with the coaching stuff. Like you want coaches that are hot that are already have jobs, like jacking the storyline. I mean, the same thing is now the mainstream media is doing the same thing to every other sport. They're like, well, why are the ratings so low? I'm gonna tell you why the ratings are so low. The same reason that Charles Barkley told y'all the ratings were so low. Broken clock is right twice a day. Y'all are talking about the Lakers, LeBron James, and his podcast every damn day instead of talking about the best teams in the NBA. That's why
Exactly.
nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
Nobody knows these guys.
Exactly.
The MVP of the league didn't get a headline all season on
Nope.
these shows.
So true.
You know, the Indiana Pacers, like them or not, they have been the second best team through through like half the year. They didn't get a headline either.
See,
That's why everybody's so damn surprised. But the team's pretty damn good
see,
and
And
has been.
Tony, we're gonna celebrate the Panthers later, so stick around for that. I did it to start the show. We'll do it with you and
what I was gonna say, when it comes to sports, to me, I feel the NBA is the worst when it comes to marketing
I totally
players
agree.
in general because they focus on they're so focused on the superstars uh that they don't market other players that well that are not at that same level, and you don't hear about certain players because they're not, like you said, they're not a LeBron, they're not a KD, they're not a Damian Lillard, they're not a SGA or someone like that. Like,
ACA gets no love. That's the problem. No
And
one
I'm
yeah,
just
cares
saying
about
those guys are old and they're done. Like a
it. They're
lot of
done.
those guys, dude. Like with the exception of Anthony Edwards, you talking about KD, LeBron. You talking about guys that are 35. With the exception of Steph
Gone.
Curry, you know that all of these guys are 35 plus and kind of irrelevant, bro. They're done carrying their own teams. Like they would all have to get together to win anything or
yeah,
go
no. That's why I'm saying the NBA. That's what hurts the. Do you guys agree with me? That's what hurts the NBA. They don't know how to promote their young talent. They're so focused on the older generations so much that it
Well, it's
hurts
something
the.
I've been saying forever up here. The NBA, 85% of their fans are casual fans. They only care about the name on the back of the jersey, not the team on the front of the jersey. And if they're like me, and you root for a team like the Trailblazers, they treat me like I'm an alien. Okay? I said this a couple weeks ago, Tony, over and over again. If you're not a fan of New York, Boston, Philly, San Antonio, now Dallas, because they got Cooper Flag, Chicago, Lakers, or Warriors, you don't exist. The NBA ain't going to market to you. They don't care.
Yeah, for
I'll
me,
tell
I
you
feel
this.
Cooper Flag is overhyped. I don't think he's gonna be as great as a. To me,
I
Cooper
think
Flag
you
is
heard me.
overhyped, and I don't think he's gonna be say
You heard
like.
what I said already. 24.7 points a game next year, 9.7 rebounds, four
I don't
assists
even think
next
he's
year.
going to be I don't even think he's going to be a Maverick.
Oh, he's going to be a Maverick.
If
He's
he
going to be
is,
a
they're going to make some serious moves. I don't think that the way that roster is presently constructed, I don't see
And
Cooper
that front
Flag
line,
in there.
that front line is the best front line in the NBA right now. With him, Lively, and a healthy AD, that's the best front line in the NBA.
Is he athletic enough to play small
Hell
forward?
yeah. Hell yeah. He's the small forward. AD is the power
Yeah,
forward. There's Lively.
he would be the small forward. You're
God.
probably going to have to move PJ. But then there's going to be Klay Thompson. Remember, Kyrie will be
Yep.
back
They
probably
said they're gonna go get a
probably
guard.
toward the end of the season because this is Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, they
If
said
he
they're
is
gonna
able
get
to
a
come
guard.
back from that ACL, like let's say 2-3 weeks or something before the playoffs,
Yeah.
they might bring him off the bench for one game. But if they see that he's okay, he's Kyrie, well, he's right back in the starting lineup.
Telling you right now, Dallas, I got them winning the West next year. Dallas is looking.
This is an honest question. Do you think it's gonna be a mistake for
But
the
trust me, if
the
the
Heat
Bucks
giving
make
up
that offer,
Khalil Ware for KD?
if the Bucks make that offer, or even the
Just to
Suns, if
let
they
you
make
know,
that offer for Cooper, bro, the Mavs are giving it up.
I
They're
don't see
giving him
that.
up.
Number one, Jimmy Haslam, who you guys know I love, and tell NBA establishment to kiss his ass. He's not stupid. The East is wide open. Milwaukee, when Dame comes back with Giannis, can win the East next year. That Eastern Conference with no Tatum next year is wide open.
I've back what I was asking you guys with the KD. This rumor that the Heat are gonna get KD and stuff. Do you think it's a mistake for them to give Khalil Ware for KD?
Well, Tony, I got news for you. As
The Heat
we're
gotta do what they
talking,
gotta
the Raptors are the leaders in the clubhouse.
Who?
Because the Raptors got something you don't have. And a very good draft this year. They have the ninth pick in the draft.
But do they have the money to match on their roster?
Leaf Corp owns the Raptors. The Toronto Maple Leafs. They got more money than God.
do.
Oh no, but KD has a list of teams. I don't think
KD,
Toronto is one of the teams
KD,
on his list.
again, Manzano.
The
He's
Suns are not
already
going
talking
to go out of their way to appease Kevin
to
Durant.
KD, and they want a lottery pick.
Oh, they're not. They don't, and at this point they shouldn't because they gave up too much to get him, and he's got a pretty sizable contract. So that's it. Now, don't get me wrong; they're probably not going to spite him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think they're just going to send him somewhere just because. But trust me, they will take the best deal for him, and wherever they get the best deal,
Yep, exactly.
that's where he's
Quigley,
going.
the deal is Quigley, Heidel, RJ Barrett, and the ninth pick for him.
Yeah.
Phoenix will do that.
Wait, who's it? How about would the Rockets be a good matchup for KD?
Yeah. But are the
Especially
Rockets going to
now.
offer? Are the Rockets going to offer?
They're going to give up Jalen Green.
Yeah. Will the Rockets give up the 10th pick? Because Phoenix need draft picks. They traded all their draft picks. If Phoenix don't get a lottery pick out of this trade, wherever he goes, it could be Toronto, it could be Houston, it could be San Antonio.
O.K.C.
That's what I said, but they're not going to do it. But my point is, Phoenix needs draft picks because after this draft, this one, if they pull the trade, the word is it's going to go down by Wednesday night that the Phoenix will make their decision where they're going to send.
So KD really even though
But
he
you
has no.
understand, like this is the issue right here. Like when you talk about ratings being down and people not paying attention, look at what the Knicks did. The Knicks could have easily waited until the end of the finals to fire Thibodeau. They
Yep.
purposely jacked the storyline.
Yep.
They purposely jacked the storyline so then everybody could
And the
be
Lakers
talking
jacked the
about them
storyline with the
instead
sale.
of the Well, yeah, and
$10
people are just
billion
focused
sale,
on
yeah.
a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with who's about. Like you got a Game 7 for the world title. Trust me, they've just with this plus the in-season tournament, and I'll even go a step further. Even just like a lot of people been complaining about the presentation of the finals. It's like, bro, we done seen all these in-season courts and trophies all on the court. And all of that branding for in-season tournaments, y'all have no branding for the finals. Now I know why they it seems like they don't have any branding for the finals. They just didn't put it on the court so they can put it all in there virtually. So they can put a lot more in there virtually than they can just paint onto the court.
And let's
You
be
know what I'm saying?
honest.
They can just keep switching it up. That's why they did it. But
Let's be
we didn't
honest.
do it.
Why the marketing is not that well is because it's not the Lakers, it's not the Knicks, it's not Philadelphia, it's not Boston. That's why.
No, it's not a major star. Like if Jokic was playing right now, people will watch.
No, that's what the brand, but the brand of the Lakers brings a ton of ratings. That's what I'm saying.
Of course it does, but bro, do better. That's why I say to Lakers and the idiot fans, tell your team to do better. I mean, all the Knicks need, in my opinion, is a bench, and you can get that in August.
Yeah, and this is what. Let's be honest. This is what the good thing about hockey is. They know how to brand their conference finals and the Stanley Cup. Do you agree, Mace?
Of course,
Well, but at the same time, they don't have to. It's the Stanley Cup.
exactly. You're right.
Like that is just like the Super Bowl. They don't have to brand and hype up these damn teams. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
sure.
Which is kind of weird. The everybody knows the. Is it called the Larry O'Brien Trophy for the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the NBA final, the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Why do they need to market that?
I mean, it's the event and the NBA Finals. Look, the NBA's baby has always been All Star Weekend. You
And
know,
now that's
the
gone.
NBA Finals have always been the little brother to All Star Weekend
Yep.
since the
Sure.
80s. You know, that's just what it is. So once All Star Weekend went into the toilet, that's it. That's your branding and marketing. It's over. They're gonna
I
have to
think
figure
once
something.
LeBron, honestly, like May said, once LeBron and KD and these guys retire, it's going to change. I think the marketing for the NBA is going to be better. To
It's
be
going to be
honest,
about teams than about brands.
yeah,
Well, it's just
it's
going to be extremely tough
it's
for
going to be
your.
about the logo rather than the name on the jersey.
Well, no,
Exactly.
it's definitely not going to be about titles because the NBA title is going to be like the NCAA title. It's just going to be like March Madness. It's just going to be another tournament. Just they need to get rid of this damn in-season tournament because it's diminishing the damn NBA finals. You know, just totally diminishing. It's just another tournament. Nobody's putting any stock into winning championships anymore, or winning multiple championships. Nobody cares.
I would agree
These
with that.
guys would rather be the quote unquote face of the league than to
And
be a
nobody
world
wants to
champion.
be and
Yeah,
nobody wants to be the face of the league. They
and
want to get the
Which
Anthony
then we've already
Edwards.
came to the conclusion that being the face of the league, you're not going to be the GOAT. You're not going to be the best player. You don't have to be the best player in the world. You don't even have to be the damn MVP. All people have to do is pick you. So in other words, hey man, you don't even have to win games. You don't have to win. You just have to be cool.
and
That's it. People have to like you. You got to get a big following on social media.
this is another thing I like about. I hate that I'm bringing up the NHL. They don't do this in-season tournament crap. Like you said,
They
it
did this
diminishes
year. They
their
did the Four
championship.
Nations, Tony. It was a hit. They did the Four Nations.
Yeah, no, but that's like that's not really. Would you consider the Four Nations though an in-season tournament?
Yes. and it's here to stay. There'll be no more All Star game anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you
And
think that's replacing the All Star game?
Yeah, Gary Bettman already said it. There'll be no more All Star game no more.
Is there a
like
way
I
you
said,
can replace? Is there something that the NBA could do similar to the Four Nations to replace?
Well, next year's All Star game is going to be the NBA versus the world.
horrible, horrible.
And the scary thing is, if you're for the NBA, the world is better than you. When you can start SGA and Luca in the backcourt, Giannis, Siakam, and Jokic in the front court, who do you think's going to win?
And just look at who they're gonna have on that bench too. It's
Jamal Murray,
Jamal Murray,
Embiid. Yeah. Now, knowing
Jamal
Embiid,
Murray and
dumbass,
Embiid. They're gonna have guys like Nemhard on there and
yeah,
Siakam and bro. It's
it's
gonna
going to
be
be a
real
bad
tough.
look.
and
Lou Dort will probably be on
Yep, Lou
Team
Dort will
World,
be on the
bro.
team. Yeah,
Play, yo,
exactly.
let's be
Cabarrus,
honest. The uh, we've talked about this too, Anti, multiple times that all the athletes are going to the NFL because you can get
sorry about
the
that,
NBA.
Tony. Go ahead, keep talking. Keep talking.
The NBA and baseball. You have to wait till you're a veteran in the league to get massive contracts, right?
not necessarily.
Baseball definitely. You gotta wait. Yeah.
In the NFL, you gotta be a damn quarterback for the most part, or you have to be the best at your damn position to get all that super guaranteed money.
Yeah,
Which is
but
not real.
You
I'm
know,
not talking about
the
I'm talking about the
NFL is
traditional max, super max. I'm not talking about the rookie super max. I'm talking about the regular super max that you see guys like LeBron and KD get.
hmm?
I don't those contracts usually they give those contracts like in their prime, like late late 20s, early 30s
They
normally.
give those
No, you
contracts to
have to
all NBA
escalate.
players.
You have to trigger things in your contract, like Luka
That's
Doncic.
it.
He's
Yeah,
about to
you
make
just
wherever team he goes to make next. He's going to make $70 million a year.
that's it.
No, I
It
thought Luca's supermax got as soon
nah,
as he got
his
traded.
super max is done. His super max is done. He can't get it. Because he rejected the extension as he should have. You know, he should have. Um, but now the Lakers don't own the bird rights. The bird rights don't exist anymore. So that's
No,
what it
that's
is.
what
I
I'm saying
mean,
because he was traded from. I thought Dallas owned the bird rights, and the supermax offer was supposed to be from Dallas, not LA.
yeah. But
Yeah,
Dallas didn't want him.
yeah, bro.
Dallas didn't want him.
Yeah, because he doesn't
Didn't want
play
to pay.
defense. That's why Dallas didn't want him. Yeah, and he don't play
But
defense.
they didn't want to
So
give him a super max.
yeah, now they
You
get
know?
the NBA threw them a bone with this Cooper Flag kid who works hard. Everything I hear, he is the truth.
Yeah, no, but Mace, do you understand where I'm coming from with Cooper? Because a lot of elite superstar players from superstars from Duke never really panned out in the NBA. Really, they were great college players, but they weren't successful. Jaleel
Grant Hill
Okafor,
was Grant Hill successful?
And was Kyrie Irving successful?
Was did JJ Redick of all the Duke players in the world who
but would
we
you
all
consider
hated
JJ a
had a
superstar?
16-year career in the
Elton
NBA?
Brand? I mean,
No, but I have a question. What I mean by would you consider JJ a superstar?
No,
Really?
but he had 16 years in the NBA.
No, but what I'm talking about
Zion Williamson
the
was a
I'm
pretty
talking
damn
about
good
the
player.
no
Like him or not, pretty good.
when I say superstar players, I'm talking about the kids that were five star recruits coming out of Duke and stuff like that. Like guys like Jaleel Okafor, guys who were drafted number 1, number 2, like in the top 10 consistent, like those type of guys. Like
You think Devin
people
Booker
are
was
already saying
oh, he went to Kentucky.
Zion is a bust.
Yeah,
Zion's
oh,
not a bust. Zion's not a bust.
the
Zion
way
just
he
when
went,
Zion was on the court, Zion's a superstar. Zion's all star. He just like can't keep
Based
his
on
weight
his
down, can't
injuries, I'm
stay
saying.
healthy. But other than that, like he never underachieved between them 4 lines. So I mean, Zion's still a star.
Auntie, are you one of those you still would take a Zion Williamson right now?
Yeah, I would. I let my training staff handle that. I would in a heartbeat. Because I mean, you just got to keep him. You just got to keep him on the court.
You have to keep him away from his mother's food. That's what his issue is.
Well, that too. I'm just saying, like, what problem do you have with him on the court?
He's never there. That's the problem.
You got to keep him on the court. Yeah, you just have to keep the guy on the court.
That's what that's what I'm talking about when it comes to bust. They're saying he's a bust because of the injury history that he's had since he's gotten in the league. Yeah, no, and people forget
I would
Zion
say
is a tall kid. Zion isn't Zion like 7 feet or something?
No. Zion might be listed at like 6'7" or something.
Oh,
so he's a small power forward, basically.
Right.
Uncle Drew was number one.
Yeah.
Oh, who's Uncle Drew?
No, Kyrie.
Yeah. Kyrie is a very good Duke player.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
but wait, was you brought Grant Hill? Like, I thought his career ended early because of injuries.
Nah, Grant Hill had a pretty long career. It's just he didn't reach his potential because of injuries.
You think Jason Tatum was the bust?
And Jason Tatum definitely wasn't a bust out of Duke either.
Exactly. Elton Brand?
That's what I said. I said Elton Brand too. I mean, the list goes on and on. A lot of great players came out of Duke.
This is not Bobby Hurley and Christian Laettner here we're talking about.
Yeah, no, that
Mike Donovan.
Christian Laettner wasn't a bad player, man.
He
wasn't Shaq, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't the worst player, man.
Did Heinrich go to Duke?
No, Kansas.
No, he went to Kansas.
Heinrich was a damn good player.
Yeah, Heinrich went to Kansas. But
Mike Dunleavy, you said?
His son.
Yeah, he was a Blue Devil.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing.
Mike Dunleavy was a solid player. He's now your GM over in Golden State.
Do you think Christian Laettner was so overhyped, Mace? You saw him play.
Yeah, me and T both saw him play. Was he overhyped? Yeah. He was one of the best college players ever. It's a difference when you're playing college and you're playing pro.
Yeah.
Well, like why I said, he wasn't successful? Did he not take the game seriously or something?
Because he's not Shaq. You know what he had to deal with in the NBA then?
One of the worst travesties ever.
I'm just saying,
and they
look at who's suiting up at that position in the N.B.A. then. That's what he's got to deal with.
Yep.
He's got to deal with Olajuwon, Robinson,
a young David Robinson,
Sabonis, Patrick Ewing.
In his prime?
Alonzo Mourning?
Yeah,
young Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning in Charlotte was no fucking joke, bro.
Rick Smits. Like,
that's a question. Do people ignore how crazy athletic Alonzo Mourning was once he got into Miami?
You got to understand. Well, when he got to Miami, I'm a New Yorker. So Auntie knows how I feel about the Miami Knicks rivalry. You got to ask Auntie more than me because he's the Knicks fan and that was the rival back in the 90s.
Yeah. No, Auntie. Do you think people, like, after his issues with his health, do you think people focus on that part of his career, completely ignoring what a freak athlete he was coming out of college?
I mean, at that point, his prime was over. Alonzo Mourning. Look, as far as the Heat go, the Heat, with the exception of Dwayne Wade, they've always hired mercs. That's what they do. Since Pat Riley went there, they hired mercs. They really didn't build much of a team organic. It was always they hire a merc.
What's up, family?
What's up, bro? How y'all doing?
So that's why I would say don't be surprised if they just make moves for big free agents because that's what the hell they do.
No?
Hey, Mr. Miami.
What's up, man? What's up, brother? I'm Auntie. How y'all doing?
How you doing, Mr. Canadian?
What's up, Mr. Miami?
Sitting back chilling, on his barbecue.
There you go. Yeah, he's making his barbecue bacon.
I never saw Larry Nance Sr. play. How good of a player was he?
Shit, Larry Nance was no joke, man. first ever slam dunk champion.
And you think his son inherited that
No,
freak athleticism?
his son is nothing like his father, bro.
You
Not
don't think Larry Nance Jr. was any good?
I don't think he's that great. No, I think he's a role player that in the right spots rebounds well. I'll tell you a guy who shocked me,
If
and
you don't mind, man, can we go back to like the NBA Finals right here?
which
Mason,
if you
do
want,
you?
to, I'm going to say something about your backup center,
Mhm.
who, God bless him, what a monster Robinson has turned into on the offensive board. What a job for him. You could talk
Oh,
about
you
the
talking about for the
finals.
Knicks?
Yes, he impressed me in the Boston series, bro, and Indiana.
Yeah, well, dude, we couldn't keep Hartenstein, and you see where he is now, and we knew that. Hartenstein was going to require a king's ransom. He was getting like 10, 11 offensive rebounds a game, so that was something that, of course, the Knicks were lacking. But you see him in the NBA Finals. I'm not sure why Dagnall pulled him out of the starting lineup. I don't understand what that was about, but does anybody think the Pacers have a chance to win Game 7 on the road?
I do, and the point spread continues to go down.
I mean, I told everybody take the Pacers Game 1 because they keep winning Game 1s, and then take them if they win game 1. But press it all on the whole series. Don't go game for game because the NBA will push this to 7 games if they can. I mean, they did that for money. Um, because the way I saw it, man, Pacers pretty much they had this one taken care of. They just Matherin missed some free throws. They looked like they were going to have a decent comeback in Game 4 and win the game.
This
I thought
series
they
has
had
been
Game 4 kind of under control,
this
but
series has been nothing short than spectacular.
yeah.
I'll be on tomorrow night, 8:05 Eastern, folks, for the pregame. This series has been awesome.
But yeah, I just don't think we give these guys enough attention. They deserve a lot more. Everybody should be breaking down the X's and O's of this and see what Indiana needs to do to win, as what O.K.C needs to do to win, what Shea needs to do to win, what Halliburton's got to do. I think Halliburton's going to need like a 15, 15, 8, 7, and you're going to have a couple of timely threes. It doesn't even have to be, he doesn't have to have a huge scoring game. It's about when he scores. It's not even
Yo,
about how
Evo,
he
what's up?
scores. Yeah.
Now, Evo Sosa in the chat. What's up, family? Always good to see you, my brother.
It's over
Evo
tomorrow
Sosa.
night. Indiana might take the whole thing tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see it. Um, I would like to see it. Indiana basketball it hasn't disappointed. Um, and just a rich history, and just it looks like they got a whole team of guys that embody it.
I
So
think the key to tomorrow night is the man who's going to be the only free agent in the NBA in 10 days. To me, it all comes down to Miles Turner down low. Miles Turner, you want to earn your free agent money, buddy? Tomorrow night, the biggest showcase on the planet. It's all you.
real deal. Let's do it. Let's do or die. Everybody's going to have to feel
Yeah.
that way. Everybody. It's just what it is. Don't count the turnovers. Don't even count the stats. Just put the ball in the basket. Put the ball in the basket. Try to keep them from doing it. Those are the rules for Game 7. Anything
And I
goes.
do agree.
Laying on the line.
Yeah, Jim's just said it. Turner got to hit his threes tomorrow. He has to go down low and post. He has to go down low and punish Chet Holmgren. That's what he got to do.
Laying on the line.
Because I look at Indiana, and to me, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, Auntie, this was the worst matchup Oklahoma City could get because they match up with them so well. And I think Indiana's bench is deeper than this.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that's the worst match. That was the worst matchup for them. That's one of the reasons why I'm not tripping about the Knicks not making it because the series would have been over already.
Yep, that's why I said. I said
No,
O.K.C. and
so
the Knicks would have been five. This shit
and
here.
Tibbs would have still been fired by now. So whatever. It was like it would have been the same result for the Knicks. They just would have went to the finals. That's it. It would have
I
been the
just
same.
think tomorrow's winner. I think it's going to be a thriller tomorrow night, and I cannot wait to call it. I am so excited about Game 7 tomorrow. Um, this is the best series I've seen in 20 years. The last series that to me was this compelling. I wonder if anybody remembers this. Double overtime, Game 5. Rasheed Wallace being Rasheed Wallace.
2004,
No, 2000
2005,
at the
2005.
Palace.
Yeah.
Forgot that Robert Horry
Yeah. Robert Horry. Yeah.
in double overtime
7-time champ.
inbounds the ball. He forgot about it. Horry hits the big three, and again, Rasheed Wallace. Sean Elliott was the first one. Robert Horry was the second one.
And Robert Horry had dunked on Rip Hamilton in that damn game. He did a bunch of
Remember
stuff in that game, dude.
what
Um,
makes that
and
series
then the
unique?
Pistons still pushed it to 7.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Still won the whole thing.
Give
Well, nah, bro,
Detroit
you got
all
you
the
got to
credit
deal
in the
with damn
world.
Ginobili and Tim Duncan
Yeah.
in Game 7,
In,
man. That's what it
yeah.
is.
In
You know?
San Antonio, Detroit won Game 6.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget what Ben Wallace said.
Can't
He
stand
said Larry
yeah.
Brown told him how much he loves these guys. And Ben Wallace said, I thought they were shooting a Geico commercial. That's now Indiana and Oklahoma City is in my top 6 now. If it's a thriller tomorrow night, they'll get in my top 3, and Lakers Celtics is out of my top 3.
And yeah, you got to give Rick Carlisle his props. Just
Oh
having
yeah.
confidence in guys like Ben Shepherd. I mean, I can understand why he's got confidence in Matherin, but also just the confidence in Obi Toppin. That's confidence that Thibodeau never had in Obi Toppin.
And number
Um,
we need to talk about Knicks Blazers. I'll give you Dame. Who was the 2 guys I wanted?
Now you wanted Quigley and Toppin.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember. You wanted Quigley and Toppin. Mhm.
Folks, one thing about me, I've been around a long, long time. I've seen a lot of basketball in my life. I can tell you real talent when I see it. And T can tell you real talent when he sees it. I'm pretty sure 305 can tell you real talent when he sees it.
Yeah.
Don't listen to these young people who all they know is what the media. I remember one night, damn, who was the Canadian guy who used to come up here, Mr. Miami? Auntie? I forgot his name. Anyway,
Steve.
he came up here
Bargoff?
one night. No, it wasn't Bargoff. He came
Steve.
up here one night dissing Giannis. And I'm like, bro, how can you say stupidity when the man won a championship? Come on now. I mean, when you talk like that, I don't listen to you. Come up here, speak. Auntie comes up here freely when he has the time. Why he talk sense? Plus, we're 2 New Yorkers, so I understand his feelings.
It just pissed me off to see all them fans outside in that Radio City Music Hall because they can't even get into the damn garden. But then you see damn Tracy Morgan and Carmelo and all of them on the sidelines making it seem like it's the Knicks' job to just impress them. Like, come on, man. It's like if you're not here to cheer for our boys, get the fuck out the building. Like, what the hell kind of fans are y'all? Not for
They're not
real,
really fans. They want to be seen. That's what it
bro.
is.
Even the ex players I heard Paul Pierce say it. I heard Gilbert Arenas say it. It is what it is. Why the hell does everybody like coming into your building and playing there?
No, that's an easy answer, bro.
But it's got to stop.
No, I know where you're coming from.
What kind of the Knicks are the only team in the NBA without a home court advantage.
They make it too comfortable for the
Even though I know you don't like talking about the ladies, though, I won't go deep on it. But even they couldn't win a damn title until they got their asses across that bridge.
Oh, Liberty.
They couldn't win one in MSG.
Well, Nusco is a hell of a player. I'll give it that.
I'm just sick of New York fans, bro. You know, when it comes to that, like at some point, man, you can't have our guys got the worst home court advantage in the league. That's not right.
You hear N.B.A, right? Now you wonder why I root for teams outside of New York, bro. N.B.A is the example of anger, bro. He's telling you. That's
I'm like, and then they're like, well, the worst advantage. I'm like, because all the real fans are outside.
It's bad.
And in the nosebleeds, too.
I told these guys, how much the nosebleeds cost at MSG? It costs like $450 to sit in the nosebleeds.
And they were charging $700. They were charging $700 for Game 3 against the Celtics, dude.
In the nosebleeds.
In the nosebleeds, not even an elimination game, dude.
That's the one thing I give the Yankees credit.
But you're giving tickets to Fat Joe.
Yep.
Come on.
Those tickets. The only one of those celebrities that pay for his seats is Spike. He's the only one. But he's been paying for almost 40 years since.
And shout out to Ben Stiller pays for his and pays to travel.
Yeah.
No. So I'll give Ben Stiller his props. I believe Tracy Morgan pays for his as well. You know, they get decent, you know, deals as season ticket holders, but it's just the real fans shouldn't. Like, for real, you can be a Knicks fan all your life in New York and probably never see them in the Garden play.
Exactly, that's true.
Like, come on, man. I've never seen the Knicks play in the Garden. Ever.
I did many times when I was a kid. I used to go all the time.
I've seen St. John's play.
I've never seen St. John's play. I saw Georgetown play there, though. They played UNLV. You know I had to be at that one.
We could afford those damn tickets, but Knicks games in the 90s can afford those.
I can get Ranger tickets right now. When the day the schedule comes out, July 16th, all I have to go to SeatGeek. I get great seats behind the ice for the Rangers.
Wow.
Knicks, forget it. I can't get a Knicks ticket where I want to sit. Yeah, Auntie's right.
It's horrible, and to charge that much, you know, for tickets, bro, it's just crazy. You know?
I don't know who to pick tomorrow night. And get back to the finals for a second. I don't know who to pick, but I think the game is going to be a thriller.
I always tell everybody, if you're trying to make some damn money, you don't have no choice but to pick the damn Pacers. That's the only way you're gonna make anything. Because at the end of the day, O.K.C. still gonna have to cover. What are they, about an 8.5 point favorite or something right now?
Yeah. No, it's down to 7.5.
Okay.
And it's dropping.
And I haven't even looked at any sports books or anything. I just know. It's gonna be slightly under 10. You know.
When I get up tomorrow morning, I'll be making my bet. 5 o'clock in the morning, go right to FanDuel on my phone, place my money, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. So if O.K.C. wins that game by 6, you took the Pacers, you make your money.
Yep.
Make the bet.
You know? And take the over, because every game except one has been over 225 points combined.
You think that's going to be the case in the Game 7?
Yeah, I do.
Now keep in mind, this ain't the Nuggets with a pulled hammy having Aaron Gordon, dude. Like, this is.
I think you're going to see a 127.
This is a team that does not stop, dude.
Yeah, no, I think you're going to get a 127, 124.
They just don't stop, bro. They just keep coming after you.
They're a track team, bro. They're a marathon.
What they say, the Pacers are like a backboard in tennis. They just keep coming back.
You can't
They
help
just
but be
keep coming
impressed with
back.
both of
They
these
won't
teams.
stop. They just won't
I
go
was
away.
impressed with Indiana last year when they played the Knicks, but this year, like I
I'm not gonna
said,
lie, bro. Bro, they stay hitting Hail Marys and crap, bro. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's like they just throw stuff up, dog, and it just goes in. I'm like, what the hell, bro? The hell, you know?
I never saw this coming, bro.
Like,
I never saw this
you
coming.
know, I came up here after game one against the Knicks. I'm like, bro, you serious, dude?
I never
You
saw
serious,
Indiana
man?
coming, bro. I never saw them coming. I said Knicks will be in the finals when they beat Boston. I was watching Indiana, and I said these guys haven't even broken a sweat. They
I hope
broke a sweat
underrated. I hope
this
underrated darkness is in the clouds because I did when I did my one-on-one with him on his channel. I said it. We were talking about it was just as the Knicks had beat the Celtics, and I said I was like, look, this is important for the Knicks because rarely in the playoffs are you going to get 3 games in a row at home like that. So they got that clincher versus Boston, and now you was gonna have those first 2 games in against Indiana. Okay, you won the series. Now you gotta win the Garden. Unfortunately, like that's the situation the Knicks are in. They have to get comfortable in like they won the Garden, but you have to get comfortable in there. So I knew they were gonna have to win 2 out of those 3 games in a row. They fuck around and lost 2 out of 3 of those games. So that was it. You know?
And plus, like I always said, and I'll say it again, Indiana Knicks is one of the greatest rivalries in my lifetime.
Mm.
People think, well, what do you mean by it? Has been a phenomenal rivalry, and it all started when that frozen card for Patrick Young.
We wouldn't dunk the damn ball.
And then John Starks headbutting Reggie Miller.
I mean,
Did
it
you
was a
catch
lot.
Reggie? Did you catch Reggie Miller on All the Smoke?
Yeah. Um, I
Oh,
also caught an interview with Vernon Maxwell too, but yeah, I heard what Reggie had to say, and
that
I
was
get it, man.
I get it. But what a
Bro,
play!
just a couple weeks ago was the first time I listened to his post game interview on the sidelines after he scored them 8 points in 9 seconds or whatever on us. Um, he was like, "Yo, we feel like we could sweep this team," and everybody, Mason choked and Starks choked and all of that. And I know on all the smoke, he was like, "Yeah, Greg Anthony need to quit crying." I'm like, "Yo, you pushed him to the ground. You just pushed him on the ground."
I'm still laughing, huh? But that man admitted to the world how much he hated Jordan, bro. Reggie, I love you, man. I hope they win for you tomorrow. It was great seeing Stevenson there, Artest, Mark Jackson,
Jalen Rose, yeah,
Jalen Rose,
and Reggie's been wearing all their jerseys and stuff too.
yeah, Rick Smith.
Larry Bird's still the GM over there, right?
Nah, I forgot who they got as the GM now.
He's not
I
the
don't even know
president.
who he is.
He's not the president of basketball operations, and he's not the GM. I thought he was
No,
still part of the organization.
he's still part of it, but he's not. No, it was great seeing those guys. Dale Davis.
But notice,
Nick
even when they
Saban.
talk about the Knicks Pacer rivalry, they don't bring up any of that stuff from 2013 because that wasn't a real damn rivalry. That's why I wish Melo would just keep his mouth shut. Stop talking.
Watch it.
Stop talking.
All I know is that I fell in love in that series. I fell in love with Paul George against Miami. I didn't see him against the Knicks. I saw him against the Big Three.
And it was Hibbert and West giving us the business.
Yeah, West.
You know, that's who it was, Hibbert and David West. Because remember, Amari Stoudemire was hurt for a good portion of that series, so they pushed Carmelo to the fore, and he had to deal with David West, and he had no chance.
I agree.
No, and that's what it was. David West was just beating him up under there. Yeah.
You know what? You know when you look at the Knicks and Pacers as we speak, you want to know the differences? And it's a huge difference. With the Knicks, they look
Their fans cheer for them. that's
like
that's
that.
the difference I noticed.
I'm
Indiana
gonna tell
fans
you.
cheer for the Pacers.
I'll tell you what it is, that besides that, The Knicks
Knicks
lost
fans
their
are like, oh,
physicality.
we'll cheer for you when you win.
They lost their physicality. The Knicks lost their image, while Indiana's brought theirs back. And when you look at Indiana's players, you don't think they are who they are. Oklahoma City's finding that out since game one. And if the Pacers want to really push them around, they can out physically them anytime they want to. The problem is when you touch SGA, he's going to the foul line.
Bro, he's gonna throw himself to the damn ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give it to him, bro. Like I think SGA would probably beat any player in the league in a game of horse. He would beat any player in the league in a game of horse because
And he
he'll just
doesn't
fall
look
down and throw it up and all that crap, bro.
and
Like,
he
yeah,
doesn't
match that. You know?
and he doesn't look 6'6", but he is. He doesn't look it though.
Well, hell, remember what Patrick Beverly's nickname was for him? He said, "I call him Slink," because he built like a slinky. You know, this is just long. He's extremely long, man.
Boy,
Extremely
boy,
long.
the NBA has been great without Patrick Beverly.
You know, but yeah, no, SGA is extremely long. But I mean, like I say, I think Indiana does have the kryptonite for O.K.C. just by the way they play. It's pretty tough to set that defense against a team that's always moving like that, bro. They're just never where they want to be, and it's tough to communicate when they're always moving like
And
that.
you know what's so impressive? Your so-called star player, which is Halliburton, when they interview him, what does he always tell the media? We gotta all get together tomorrow morning and watch film together.
Watch film, yeah. No, those are basketball heads, man. Like for real. They're high IQ players, high IQ team. They were all of those players were specifically handpicked to be on that Pacer team. I do believe Ben Matherin might have some kind of mental block or something. I'm not gonna put him on the level of like a J.R. Smith. I don't think it's that bad. Like I don't think he's a knucklehead like J.R. Smith. It's just something about him. I've watched Ben Matherin really kind of like draw a blank throughout his whole career. So I'm not surprised that he can get you 27 off the bench one night and then just dog free throws, you know, with the game on the line and all that. He just draws. But everybody else, I think, is just ridiculously locked in.
I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm gonna say it's gonna be a thriller tomorrow night. Someone's gonna hit.
Well, you're not going to get 27 off the bench from Matherin on the road. It's not going to happen. So they're going to have to do. Now, I did say this much though. I thought that old school, not even old school basketball, but just one-on-one basketball is how you break down O.K.C's defense. So it is important that you work Siakam and you work Miles Turner, just like you said, and of course Ben Matherin, and then T.J. McConnell. Those are guys that can really, really break down that defense with the ball in their hands.
McConnell's the X factor.
Yeah, you can't double team them. Yeah, you just can't double team them, but you do have to, like, ISO ball is how you break down that damn defense.
It'll be interesting.
It's and I know nobody wants to play ISO ball anymore. Oh, everybody touches, everybody scores. Let's move the ball, bro. Against O.K.C, don't bother. You need and Anthony Edwards played right into their hands by shooting all them damn threes.
This is to me the most anticipated Game 7 for me since Isaiah Magic in the '88.
Well, I don't know. Michael versus Magic was pretty anticipated, but I know what you're saying. Game 7 matchups, yeah.
Detroit, the Lakers, the first one was a war when Isaiah was on one ankle.
Ewing versus Olajuwon was pretty damn hyped.
Well, OJ interrupted that.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
But I mean, I like I say, I don't. It all depends on what team shows up, knocks down their shots. The Pacers, they're gonna have to do something about J-Dub, because he will be in attack mode.
How the hell you go from 40 points in game 5 to a minus 40 on the court in game 6?
I mean, bro, you know it's the toughest thing to do in sports, bro, is close the team out. It's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
And every Pacers player said, "Hey, man, we did not want them to to, to,
Celebrate
to
in front of us.
yeah, and not on our floor." And that that pride right there. The Knicks even had the same type of pride, bro. Like the Celtics had it. Like you're not here. Y'all might beat us, but not here. You ain't gonna beat us here. So I think it was a little bit of that right there.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
No, I like to see it, but I don't think Halliburton has to have 20 or whatever. 15 will be plenty as long as it's timely and as long as he doesn't shoot his guys out of the game, which he usually doesn't do. Like Halliburton or not, he doesn't make many mistakes. So that's really what his game is predicated on. I think Gems was who said it in your chat. Like, yo, just
Yeah.
don't turn the ball over. Get you a double and don't turn the ball over. That should be
Don't
enough for
turn
your
over.
team.
I've never seen a team make a championship series and turn the ball over so many goddamn times. I like Siakam for MVP if they take it tomorrow. Yeah, but like I told Auntie, the word on the street is if they win tomorrow, they're going to give it to McCollum.
I don't think so. That's not gonna happen.
Stranger
It's not gonna
things
happen.
have happened, man.
After Halliburton's game winners, after yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough. I think it's gonna be Halliburton or it's gonna be Siakam.
I think whoever has the big game tomorrow night for O.K.C. if they win will be the MVP.
It's just McConnell doesn't play enough minutes to be considered a Finals MVP even if they win.
Yeah, but you know what, Ant? Seriously, he has had the biggest memorable moments other than in Williams. Him and Williams have had the most memorable moments of this finals. SGA, look, I love him. I got nothing against him, but the media doesn't like him, bro. They just don't. He's Canadian. They want an American to be the everything. They don't like Halliburton. We'll see. That's why they play the games.
Well, because Halliburton don't have those sexy numbers.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to tell you that his numbers are not the best. I mean, look at him in game 1. Until he hit that game winner, it was 12 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, 10 assists. It ended up being 14 points, 10 assists. But the reason why he's remembered is because he made the game winning shot, as he's been doing all playoff long.
And he's been able to create a lot of opportunities for them.
Sure,
So
that no
just
look
by
pass to
yeah.
Siakam for the dunk was incredible.
Hmm?
That no look pass he made to Siakam for the dunk late in the second quarter, that was incredible last game.
He's just gotta learn to keep that energy. As far as Halliburton's concerned, you can't just have that energy when you're ahead. You have to keep that same energy even when you're behind, even when you're going to lose. You're gonna have to keep that same energy. That seems to be everybody. As far as the players are concerned, this is why they call them overrated. I believe it's just you got a lot of you talk a lot of noise. When you're winning, and let's keep it real, you're on a really good team, bro. You're on a really good team. But when you're losing, you just sit over there quiet. You ain't got nothing to say. It's a problem, you know. So you got to keep that same energy, man.
Yeah, I agree.
But O.K.C. when people are like, "Oh, this would be a collapse if O.K.C. doesn't win," I'm like, why would it be a collapse? They've never won anything.
Exactly.
They've never won anything.
Pacers are overdue. I keep telling people that.
They've never won anything. They haven't been challenged. Yes. Most people would say, healthy Aaron Gordon, you probably don't get past Denver.
I would agree with that.
So, you know, but even I said it after the Knicks beat Boston. Everybody's like, "We're going to the final." I was like, "Bro, you got to beat Pacers, bro." Oh, we'll beat them. That don't mean nothing. You think so, bro? That team is not going to lay down. Not laying down to anybody. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
you've got to beat them. They are not going to beat themselves or lay down.
I totally agree. That's why I have nothing but love and respect for the Pacers.
You know?
And with the OKC, I like them. I like the way they built their team through the draft. They've done a good job, man. OKC, both franchises have done well. I think more teams should take a page from those two teams.
But we say this every year, like you said. Oh, they can go back to back. Either one of these teams can go back. I don't think nobody's going back to back anymore, bro. That's over.
Okay, I
Dynasties
can
are
see
done.
that very easily. By the way, I mean, if Indiana wins this, let's say next year in the East, like I said, Knicks need a bench. Bucks got to get Giannis right. I don't see Miami getting KD though. I think he's gonna go to Toronto. And you
Well,
heard
remember
him this week.
next year is a wash for Milwaukee, bro.
Yeah.
Um, Lillard's got an Achilles tear.
Yeah, but to me, Giannis is that team, bro. And as long as he's all right, that team can compete for the East. I'm not talking about championship. Compete for the East. The only team I count out is Cleveland.
Man, Cleveland.
Yeah, something about Cleveland I don't like.
Yeah, they're gonna make some moves. They've got the pieces to do it. Don't be surprised if they end up with like KD and LeBron or something stupid like that.
I can see LeBron going back.
Yeah,
That I can definitely see.
I wouldn't be surprised if they move Mobley and Garland or and yeah, Mobley, Garland, and who's the other dude? The Hunter that they got coming off. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they move all three of those guys and just try to keep like Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen or something, and then
That's
just
the
make
guy
their
they want
moves,
to
man.
move. They want to move Jared Allen. They don't think he has no heart come playoff
Well,
time.
he's got the most value out of those other guys, so
Yeah,
that's cool. You know,
yeah, I agree
a
with
rim
you.
protector and a finisher. Um, but like I said, I just want to see these players take some stock in winning championships. And that's really what the media is trying to. They're trying to change the narrative. And when I say media, it's mainly social media. These guys got podcasts now. That's why they're saying this crap. You know,
Yeah,
oh, what's up with this ring culture thing? We shouldn't have to win. We should just have followers on Instagram. And you should praise us for that. Like, come on.
yeah, I totally agree.
If I score a lot of points and lose, you should praise me for that. That's crazy. You
I
know?
know. You're right. You're right. You know, what a day, and I appreciate you pulling up, man. Talk NBA. And this is what I was trying to tell the people. The NBA season, folks, is too long. You want me to talk about it? Give me good matchups in the playoffs. I did every Nick Pacer game, folks. Okay? One of the best rivalries in the history of the sport. When you watch Knicks Pacers, you're watching compelling television. Okay? You're not watching yin yang. You're watching compelling television. Knicks Heat in the 90s, compelling television. I mean, this is why guys like me, I do what I do. Does Aaron Wiggins really deserve a ring?
That guy had like 40 points off the bench this year.
Where's Wiggins? O.K.C.
Yeah. He had a game this year where he had like 40 off the bench, dude. Well, everybody on that O.K.C. team would be in would deserve a ring. What you gonna call it? Thomas Bryant got a ring, right? Off of he didn't even play when he was with Denver. He didn't even play.
Yeah, he didn't play. Two number ones this year for O.K.C. Four next year. We got
Stuff.
some FDA style. But tomorrow night, I'll be on at 7:55 Eastern Time. We're gonna have a nice 45-minute pregame show. We're just gonna talk nothing but NBA. We talk about who's gonna get Miles Turner because he's the biggest free agent out there. What your team can do to get better, and we'll have some fun for Game 7 tomorrow night. And I hope this is not anticlimactic. What that means that let's say if O.K.C. blows them tomorrow, then this series, which was great, ends up on a whimper. But if it's
Yeah.
as compelling as I think it is, and it's going to be a thriller, this is one of the best series. If you missed it, it's your loss. You agree with
So
that,
in other
Anthony?
words, we don't want to see a coronation. We want to see a dog fight for
Yeah,
the title.
exactly.
You
We
know,
want to see these teams full court press each other to death. We want to see these teams trap each other to death. We want to see where they put a roadblock to SBA so you can't score easily from 5 feet. And let's see Williams show up tomorrow night like he did in Game 5. I get the feeling he will.
I mean that's something they better watch out for. They're gonna have to put a wall in front of him. Um,
My problem with Oklahoma City, and I said this after Game 3, and I'll say it again. I had who I had up here that night. I had what's my boy? Damn, I forgot. I had two guys up here. You know who they are, Auntie. And they both said the same thing. This is the best finals they've seen in a long time. Oh, I had Aizen Sama up here. And who was the other guy up here with us 305 that night? Aizen was one of them.
I think KR Ring.
Yeah.
And Third Ward was up here.
Yeah, Third Ward. Yeah. Those two both said, Auntie, after 3 games, out of their own mouths, this is the best finals they've seen in a long time. After 3 games. So thank you, Indiana. Thank you, Oklahoma City, for giving me 6 compelling games. It brings me back to my childhood. How great these games have been in the finals. Shit, this series has reached Bird Magic game the first time they played in '84. That's how good it's been. Outstanding by both teams. And they deserve. No one deserves to lose, but unfortunately, someone's going to be heartbroken tomorrow night. Unfortunately, I'm convinced myself taking the Pacers with the 7.5 before it goes to 5.5. Take the 7.5. All right. 305. What you barbecuing today?
I'm barbecue some chicken, some steak,
There you go.
barbecue some hamburgers, and some steak, and some chicken, and some so I don't eat no hot dogs. I'm tired of hot dogs. That's all I barbecue.
There you go. There you go. 305 with Mr. Jim.
Sitting outside smoking cigar.
Jim's taking the Pacers tomorrow night. I'll decide at 5 a.m. when I wake up who I'm going to take.
Let the vacation of the season begin.
I'll be doing the draft Thursday night, but listen, I will not be talking about a lot of these draft players. I don't care. What me and Auntie and 305 and Manzano did today, just sit around and talk about NBA, that's what I'm doing Thursday night. And of course, when my Blazers pick, I will talk about it.
I
God knows.
will, I will be on the road.
Pacers or pass. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. On a lighter note, this is from Mr. Miami. Ron Washington has taken a big leave of absence.
What Ron Washington did?
He's sick. So our prayers to the skipper, Ron Washington. I know, folks. I've gotten on him about big moments. Him, Kyle Shanahan. You saw what happened to Pete DeBoer. The Dallas Stars had the meltdown, killing his killing his goalie, and they fired him the next day. I try to tell you, some of these coaches, folks, when they get into the big time spotlight, they don't know what to do.
Al McCraig Part 2.
Remember that with the telephone?
That was funny that day. When Al McCraig hit somebody here with a phone from Kansas City Royals.
That was a 94 win team, too.
I think that was 90. I think that was
94.
93.
94.
93 or 94. One of them two.
I think it was 93. You're right. They won 94 games that year, too.
And 94 94 the season was season that's the night baseball died. 94.
Yep, the All Star game. That was it. Jims, you wasn't born yet. The best All Star game for me and Mr. Miami was the 94 All Star game. And baseball was pure back in those days. Once they came back, baseball won the roid rage that ruined the sport.
Yep, I was living in Liberty City back then.
Got the BC Lions game behind me, laughing my ass off. 96 represent. Look at that. Jims was born. Jims is 29. Tender age of 29. I wish I was 29 again.
I wish I could go back to 99. I wish I could go back to 29
Yeah, me
or
too.
30.
Yeah, yeah, man. Ready for? Oh, that's right.
In the
When you leaving?
90s.
When you leaving? When you
I'm
packing?
leaving Wednesday.
You leaving Wednesday? All right, I'll text
Early,
you Friday night
early,
because they're gonna
like,
make some big moves, man. Canadians are not playing around, and like I told Manzano, they will be the team to dethrone Florida. They will be the team, Mr. Miami.
in the Capitals.
Yes. Oh, you're gonna kill the Capitals next year, bro. You're gonna
And
make that.
Florida, Florida still on they still partying right now.
I know you're gonna get 2 wins against my team. I can promise you that. You're gonna fucking whip the Flames' ass.
And and box number 3, box number they the world champions. Well we the Stampede we the bunkhouse Stampede champions. We swept Florida.
Canadians is a juggernaut in the making, folks, and everybody knows it. You're a fucking juggernaut, bro. Canadians. You get Jason Robinson, bro. Jesus Christ, man. Him, and Demidov on the second line.
Yeah,
God damn.
and get that dude Kane from from Edmonton
Oh, you want a Vander?
or Edmonton or some
Yeah,
of them.
you want a Vander Kane, huh?
Sure, I take some. I take some Florida players.
I don't think Montreal is going that route. Montreal is going big, bro. Montreal is letting everybody know that they're coming back big. I'm gonna have a big surprise for you when I do the thumbnail to open up the season in NHL, October the 7th.
Should we we
Schedule
got
comes out July 16th. You'll be gone, but you know me. I'll hit you up.
all right.
But Montreal is ready, folks. And I told you all, you people laughed. The day Mr. Miami joined that team, they were the worst team in the league. Now they're the new power of the Eastern Conference, along with Florida.
24 times world champions.
Fast math, dang. Haha, I'll live up for you. Yeah, Jim, you grew up too quickly, man. Hey, our Diamondbacks are playing better. The Diamondbacks, for some strange reason, don't start their season to June. When it hits June, the Diamondbacks start hitting and winning. I'm going to stick with the D-backs to win the National League.
I don't think Texas. I don't think Texas going back to the World Series.
I was thinking about you last night. Suarez, Mr. 300. There you go.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you last night when the Astros beat my team again. I fucking wake up at, I think it's like 9, like 10 o'clock. It's already 2-0 Houston. I said, well, this is new, bro. My team sucks ass, bro.
See, the other day when they was that the other day when they played somebody. They beat the mess out of them. Houston beat the mess out of somebody the other day. Every 5 minutes that ESPN app go off. Da, 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 da.
Oh, man.
That was not the damn.
Yeah, man. How
They
was your
got
week, man?
Seattle.
You had a good week, man?
This weekend, this weekend is pretty good.
That's good. Well, you know me. Like I told Auntie, I told him I think about you guys as human beings first. Because we're all human.
God is good.
Yes, he is. God's the best, baby.
God is
Like I
good.
tell people, I don't have friends and family. It's God and me. I'm on the God and me plan. Whatever God has in store for me, I have to deal with it. But I do have some buddies like you, Sean, I test. I looked at you guys as my little brothers, bro. I said that to you guys from day one. I never was a big brother. And the reason why me and you are close is because you're real near we're the same age, so you're like my younger brother, bro. You're second in line.
Or middle.
Now I test is the middle, and Sean is the baby.
See,
So
the second oldest. See,
yeah,
I'm about to be 55. I'm about to be up there with you.
yeah, man.
I'm the second oldest.
Yeah, that's why I look at you as a younger brother, because we're
Yeah,
about the same age. So me and you, we can do all the talking we do, like we're doing right now.
yeah.
When you send me Starsky and Hutch, I start cracking up. Now, you know what music I like.
Sue Starsky and Hutch, that was my shit back there. See, the
Hey,
third, the
I got
third season.
next time I go to my mom's house, I got to get my first 3 seasons of Airwolf, bro. You know how much I love that show. That was the greatest television show in my life. Was Airwolf.
And Airwolf.
Bro, all I have to see when I send you the clips when they play the music, and I
Yeah.
can tell you what episode it was. That's how much I was into Airwolf. And God bless Ernest Borgnine and Jan Michael Vincent and Archangel.
I think all that. I think that
They're
whole
all
cast.
dead. Yeah, they're all dead.
All
God
of
bless.
them. I'm talking about the whole cast. Everybody.
I don't think Morella's dead. I don't think she is Morella. That was Archangel's assistant. If you're an Airwolf fan back in the 80s.
I know
What
that.
do you do? Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know. I know. Ernest, the dude, the one. He with Michael Vince.
Yeah.
I think
Ernest
all of
Michelle.
them deceased.
Yeah, they all left. Yeah, they're all gone. God bless their souls. This guy, believe it or not, Archangel died in 21.
The dude with
He
the
must,
patch.
yeah, he must have died of COVID. He died in 21. Yeah, Archangel. Uh, Vincent died in 2019.
And Ernest, he died in
Early 2000s.
like 2011 or 12, one or
Yeah,
10.
yeah, he was 90 something years old too.
I think he was like 95.
Yeah, he lived a long life. God bless him.
Dang. He was in Dirty Dozen too.
Yep.
And he also was in that let me see, what was some other movie he played in uh
McHale's Navy.
yeah.
He was big in McHale's Navy. That was a childhood show I used to watch while he was in diapers.
It's like Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson.
Charlie Bronx, baby. That's what we used to call him. Charlie Bronx, the mechanic. That was with Jan Michael Vincent, a young Jan Michael Vincent, the mechanic.
Yeah.
Death Wish 1 through 7.
And he also played in what was it? I think he played in Virginia.
Yeah, the Virginian.
Yeah.
And of course, our boy, uh, Clint Eastwood, when he did Magnum Force with a young David Soul, a young Hutch. He was the killer in that movie. He
Yeah.
was playing a cop.
The
And of
the
course,
Clint Eastwood, he 95.
one of our favorite show. Well, yeah, for both of us. I can do the music, but I'll do it another time. But you know, me and you love the streets of San Francisco. Yeah. Starring Carl Malden, Michael
Tonight,
Douglas,
tonight's
producer,
episode.
Reign of Terror.
and and Barnum and Jones. Dang. Tonight's episode
I didn't know you like old Barnaby.
with Barnum and Jones with Uncle Jed.
Yes. And the
Tonight's
secretary,
episode is Barnum and Jones.
his niece was the beautiful Lee Merriweather. Remember her? Well, she was Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his niece on the show. The secretary, remember? That was his niece on the show.
Dang.
Yeah. She played his niece, yeah. Old Barnaby. They don't make TV shows. I don't even watch. I haven't, I swear to God to you, I haven't watched TV since they took Airwolf off the air. That was 39 years ago. Tonight at this time, I'll tell you what I'll be doing. Because they switched it to 9 o'clock. I loved it when it was 8 o'clock. And then we used to come on 8 o'clock
Yeah.
Saturday night. They put that
Special
damn
time.
Kate and Alley at 8:30. Remember Kate and Alley?
Yeah.
Oh God! My
And
brother, believe it or not, he loved facts of life. I used to roll my eyes out. I'm like, yo, do you know what you're missing with Airwolf, bro?
That's a life.
Oh God, yeah, he liked facts of life. Don't ask me why he did. I used to roll my eyes.
I ain't like this show.
I liked it in the early days, but I wasn't addicted to it.
But really, but really, I watched that show. I
Hmm.
really, I ain't like that show for real. I like Knight Rider over that show.
God, I hated that show.
Knight Rider.
I never liked maybe because I looked at it as competition to Airwolf along with who was our boy? Um, damn, I forgot the name of the show. The guy with the motorcycle.
The dude with the motorcycle. Time right
Street
now.
Hawk. Street Hawk. Street Hawk. I like Street Hawk.
Street Hawk. Dang.
Yeah, that used to come on ABC. When night Street Hawk used to come on? I think Thursday nights. I liked that show where he had the super motorcycle. Like
Yeah.
half off had Kit and
It was
Jam
a
next
show.
lady.
It was a show used to come on a long time ago. Manimal.
You like that show?
Yeah, that was a good show. Now, I also like Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder. The dude with the helicopter.
Yeah, Blue Thunder. They made a movie about it in the theater. Yeah.
He used to come on ABC a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't make TV like they used to now.
Uh-uh.
I'm gonna let you go to Moss. Moss is live right now. I'm gonna go lay down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I'm tired, bro. Hey, all I was gonna say, pull up tomorrow night, man. We got Game 7. I expect some people in here to chill, and I'll do the game live. Should be a
Yeah, I'll
good.
be around here with somebody I think somebody timed me out. I trying to get on here the other day.
Yeah, I saw the text. Who the hell typed you out,
So I don't know.
bro? I'm gonna have to start putting some ground rules in here, bro, because you know me, I would never time you out. I saw your text and said, I didn't see Mr. Miami in here.
I said I'm here. I'm MVP in the club.
All right, from now on, when you want to come up, bro, just I'll just drop the link, and I'll drop the link in the beginning of the show. When I like tomorrow night, I'm gonna drop the link immediately. All you have to do is pop up and get it, and you're up here.
All
And
right.
you have a good night, man. You tell Moss that let's tell Moss I said I bet matter of fact I'll join you up there for a couple minutes. So I'll see you up there. I'll be up. I'm going up there right now for a quick
Yeah, I'm
minute.
about to go over there right now.
All right, man. I'll see you up there in a minute.
All right, then, man. Shout out to everybody
My
came
boy.
through and
Yeah,
tonight's
man.
episode, Miami
Yeah.
make a return.
Good night from the Oasis, everybody. Thanks for coming. And T Manzano and
Peace,
this great man
everybody.
right here.
Later, coach.
We'll see you tomorrow night. Game 7. Later, 305.
All right, then, man.
All right,
Peace.
y'all. Peace, baby. We'll see you tomorrow night, Game 7, everybody. 7:55 Eastern Time. We'll have a nice long pregame show, and then we'll get it ready. Jims, I love you. Evo Sosa, all you guys who came in. Good night from the Oasis. And thank you, Jims. Good night from the Oasis, everybody. People in the clouds, I love you. 6 cash apps today, I love you all. Good night from the Oasis.